Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're well, I hope you're blessed, I hope you're living life. Welcome to a new video. In this video, I will be telling you guys about my journey as a law graduate and the struggles that I have faced finding a job. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, my name is Mimi. So in this channel I talk about everything basically. So in this particular video today, I'll be talking to you guys about my journey as a law graduate. I just finished my master's a few months ago. Graduation next month. I did my undergrad at SOAS University and I did my master's at City University London. So I'm just a London babe, okay? But I've been here studying so hard, got my degree, finished my master's with commendation, finished my undergrad with a 2-1. I am degreed up, okay? I am hot. I am hot. I am hurt. Okay, so the thing is, I have my degrees, but you would think having these degrees would literally open doors for me and allow me get jobs straight away, but that is not the case at all. Baby, to get a job is a whole different ball game. The thing that I didn't do was apply when I was studying, which is something that I would really recommend. Is you apply when you're still a student. So for me, when I was doing my degree, I was working, I was doing the small jobs and stuff. So I was working as a substitute teacher. I was doing hospitality. So I was trying to cover my bases, but obviously that was not what I went to school to do. I went to school to study law, to eventually use my degree and work in the legal field, okay? That journey hasn't been easy at all, but I just wanted to basically share my experience and everything, and hopefully you can learn from my experience, yeah. Finished my degree January submission, so that was when the quest to actually start applying for jobs. I started applying. I became very active on LinkedIn. I started interacting with recruiters. I was applying for legal secretary, paralegal role, legal assistant, anything related to law. And I even branched out. I was applying for finance roles. I was applying for project management. I was just applying like no man's business, but ultimately I really wanted to work within the legal field, applying and without experience. So because I have a very limited experience, I was just focusing on studying and getting the grades. I guess what I didn't know was, in as much as the grades are important, the experience is just as important as well. When I was applying, all I would get is, oh, you got good grades, oh, you have this, but you don't have experience. And I was just like, okay, fine, why don't you just give me the experience, then I can learn. And to be quite fair, for a long time I didn't want to do any internships that wouldn't pay me, if that makes sense. At this age, like, you have bills to pay, you have things you want money to do. So a lot of the time when these internships or when these roles are coming up, they're not really paid. So that is quite discouraging for a young person, because you do want money to ultimately do what you want to do in life as well. In a day, I'm going to be as realistic as possible. In a day, I could apply for 20, 50 jobs. It gets draining, okay? It would drain my energy. Sometimes I would just wake up like, oh my god, here we go again, here we go again, applying for jobs, here we go again. The tips of what I would tell you, so you're not in the position that I was. First is obviously not even know what you want to do. Be open, okay? Be flexible. If you say you want to go into criminal negligence, be flexible that you might not get criminal negligence, okay? If you want to do contract law, be flexible to know that that might not be your first role and first area of law. So you apply for public roles, civil servant roles, things like that, because that's literally what I was doing. Work on your CV, and all that means is your CV has to be professional. So from what I got is that your CV shouldn't be more than 2 pages. It shouldn't be more than 2 pages. It should not. Okay, because you have to be as succinct and precise and clear as possible. Okay, for anything you're applying for, it doesn't even have to be for law. So when I was working on my CV, I sent it to different people to have a look at. So I sent it to someone that was in project management, I sent it to someone that was engineering, I sent it to someone that was in finance. So I sent it to them so they can literally have a look and see if there's a way that I could tailor my CV to possibly fit their their area of expertise, because I was also applying for these roles as well in different area, in different fields. So I just didn't tailor my work search to just be in the law firms. I was trying to even get an in-house role or something like that. You're trying to go into finance, get someone in finance to look at it. You can also get someone that's not in finance to look at it, but obviously if it makes sense to get someone in the area that you're trying to get your work, to get a job from, to look at your CV. When I was applying, so I was applying through, I was using LinkedIn, I was applying through Indeed, I was applying through Total Jobs, I was applying to Legal Careers, I was calling up recruiters, I was using recruitment firms, I was doing everything that you could possibly think of that I was doing to apply. So I woke up in the morning, I would apply for jobs, and then, or say in the night, I will apply for these roles, and in the morning I will start calling up every firm or every recruitment firms and tell them, hello, like, did you get my application form? I will introduce myself and I told them I applied for this role. They will look through their system and then they will tell me, oh, okay, yes, we got your application form, we are going to get back to you. Sometimes they don't. A lot of the time they did not get back to me. Okay, they didn't, but you just have to continue going. So yeah, so apply, be as open as possible, apply for any and everything. I would say in the first instance, don't worry about the money. Yes, money is important, like I said earlier, but don't worry about the money. Just try to get the experience, because that was literally what I was lacking. I had the grades, I had the degrees, but I didn't have the experience. When you get the experience, even if it's just 3 months, 2 months in your CV, and then you have someone within that establishment that you've gotten your experience from to be able to give you reference, that is good. Okay, but work on your LinkedIn account, grow a LinkedIn profile is very important, because that will almost be your first contact of recruiters to look at. Work on your LinkedIn profile. That includes using a nice, clear shot, headshot picture. That's what's called, right? A headshot. Yes. Get a headshot picture, put it there, work on your profile, update your header, in your introduction. Tell them what you are, who you are, what you're looking for. Are you open to work? Are you this? Are you that? Put your education, put your experience. If you can get people to endorse you, to endorse your skills and experience, that will even be better. So when recruiters see, they'll be like, okay, this person has experience, and they have people to actually vouch for them. So that will work in your favor. The first point is apply, be open, and apply early. Work on your profile. The next one I would say is work on your CV. So the CV is very, very important. It's extremely important, because again, that is your CV. That would be your profile that people are going to see and look in depth of what you have to offer, and the skills that you have, and your educational and academic background as well. I was constantly always updating my CV. I think I have like 9 CVs for different things right now. I had a CV for finance, I had a CV for public health, I had a CV for civil servants, I had a CV for legal secretary, I have a CV for law and finance. I have CV for every different thing, because you have to tailor your CV to the job role description and everything that you want to apply for. I had a CV for even recruitment. I had a CV. That is by the way. So work on your CV, get experts in the field to look at your CV, because it's very important. They will help you. And also your structure for your CV is also very important. And you have your header, your name, your email, your LinkedIn profile, your phone number. That's literally all you need. And then you have your introduction, who you are, what you're looking for, and then you can have your qualifications or your skills. So whatever way you do it, just make sure you have a very clear, direct CV. My two last updated CV was the one that I applied for finance. I got a friend of mine in finance to actually look at it, because I was applying for jobs in finance. What do I know about finance? Please. My template for my finance CV and my template for my final law CV are two different. They are literally different. They don't even look alike at all. But so when he structured it and he gave me a template and he worked on it, he worked on my CV for me, bless him. So he changed the template to be able to suit, I guess, what recruiters in finance are looking for. So my last CV that I did for the law, paralegal, legal secretary roles and things like that, there's this babe, she's part of my Igbo community in the UK. So we're in this Igbo group. She studied law the same time that I was studying law as well. So she tweeted that she's starting a new job, that she's really, she's happy. So I DM'd her and I reached out to her and I told her, first of all, congratulations on your new role. It's amazing. I understand it's a struggle, so very well done to you for securing a spot. And I voiced my frustration. Basically, I told her that I'm struggling as well I'm struggling to get a job as well. And we discussed, what I want, what I need, and she was able to give me new contact for new recruiters, that she used to get the job that she was working. And she gave me new contact, and I asked her if I can look at her CV as well to see if there's anything I could basically adapt from your CV, the structure, the way you laid things out, the way you presented things, and apply to my CV. When I looked at her CV, it was so good. Her CV was literally amazing, okay? And I looked at her CV and I was like, what have I been doing since? My CV was good as well, but her CV was just so straight to the point. I was so impressed. And yeah, so I literally used her CV as a template to adjust mine and make the necessary changes. So that is now my final CV, structure of my CV. See, yeah, you have to work on your CV, and don't be ashamed, don't be scared to ask for help. If you're not sure about something, ask. Just put it out there. Someone somewhere will be happy to help you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay, there are people out there that literally want to help, so you just have to ask. Because if you don't ask, people don't know. If you don't ask for help, nobody will know that you're struggling. Nobody will know that you need help. So that's basically what I did. I was very shameless with asking for help. I was like, yes, I'm looking for a job. If you know anyone, I'm looking for a job. At church, I said, if you know anyone, I'm looking for a job. I called this uncle, if you know anyone, I'm looking for a job. So you have to be shameless with asking for help, okay? So because you don't know where your help is coming from, you just have to be at the right place at the right time and literally have the connection. You don't know. Worked on my CV. I started sending things out. So me and my friends will bounce off ideas. We will like, okay, look at this job, apply for this job, do this. That's why it's very important to have a great support system. The way my friends have been pushing me, telling me, do this. Obviously, my family are in my ear. Do this. Make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're doing that. They're praying for you. They're supporting you. It's so vital to have a good support system that wants you to do well. It is so, I don't take that for granted. I do not take that for granted. So yeah, so working on my CV, I did see significant change. When I updated my CV, I did see significant change. I was getting callback from recruiters within the legal field. I was getting callback to actually be a recruiter myself. So yes, like I said, update your CV, make your CV work for you. And once you finish your CV, you apply extensively, apply everywhere. If you want me to do a video on how to prepare for any interview, let me know. But I get it. Okay, if you're in the same situation, I get it. I hear you. Okay, I actually hear you, because it's not easy. It's not easy when you're applying for jobs and you're not getting it, and you know that it's not because you're not hardworking, it's not because you don't know what you're doing, it's just because the market is so saturated. But if you persevere, you can get something. I've been fortunate enough, so my last round of interview has been for paralegal role. So I applied for a paralegal role, and I didn't quite get the job. I didn't quite get the job. So I applied for a paralegal role, and with my CV, with my updated CV, this is one of the random middle of the night applications that I was doing. At night, I will literally be scrolling through LinkedIn, applying LinkedIn jobs, and apply for jobs. That was me. You know, people scroll on Instagram or they scroll on Twitter before they go to sleep. Me, I'll be scrolling on LinkedIn. Yeah, real facts. um 1 second. So yeah, so I was calling on LinkedIn to apply for these jobs. This interview that I got this last interview that I just did, I don't even remember applying for this role. I promise you, I don't remember it. Called me telling me, are you still looking for a job? You know, you apply for a paralegal role. The CEO of the firm would like to, interview you. Are you available so and so time? I said, yeah. I had under 48 hours to prepare for this interview, which is, again, I believe is a good enough time. But I was preparing. I was so nervous. I was so scared. I said, Lord, please let me not go to this interview and flop it. God, please. Only for me to get there. I get there, and first of all, it wasn't even an interview. We were just talking. And then he said, how can we help you? And I was like, uh I want the paralegal role. And he was like, actually no, you don't quite have the experience, you don't quite do this, but your CV is looking good. So he complimented my CV, and he said he also complimented my grades. So he goes, your grades are very good, you got the grades, you got everything, but the only thing that was lacking was my experience, irrespective of the fact that in my CV I have other legal internships that I have done, but they are mainly internship that I did in high street law firms. So like family community firms. So they are not big established big firms. So even though I didn't get the role that I wanted, I still got a placement within the firm, in the firm, to gain experience and also to just work my way up. And I think that is the best way to get it. So that's literally my, I guess, a roundup of my journey of within looking for a job in the legal field. So that is just to say, persevere. If you're religious, pray. Use as many connections as you can, talk to people, go to fairs, beg it. If you have to beg friends to be where you want to get to, beg the friendship. Okay, get what you want, just do it. Okay, be humble, because there's nothing gra, and humility will get you a long way. I promise you that. Like, ask for help if you need it. Be open. Just don't say because you want to go into criminal law, then you can only have to take jobs that are related to crime and criminology or a criminal law. No, when I say be diverse, be open. Just try and get your foot in the door. But ultimately, like I said from the beginning of this video, is to apply on time. Don't make the same mistake that I made, which was to wait until I graduated. Because when I graduated, I was just playing the waiting game. So, but you can eliminate that for yourself and apply on time. So when you're doing your degrees, you're applying, so you give yourself more time, you give yourself the grace to get something, so by the time you graduate, you already have a job or a role, a graduate scheme waiting for you. I didn't do that for reasons best known to myself. It's not a regret thing. It's not a regret thing. It's just I thought I was going a different path, doing different things. But I'm here still pursuing my legal career, on my journey to becoming a solicitor. It's just a little video to talk about my struggle to find job as a law graduate, and and my interview experiences and whatnot, and how you can mitigate that for yourself. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, please like the video, share it if you know someone, subscribe as well. Yes, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye.